Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year. No thanks to Tyler. I forgot what comes after that.
Me?
And tonight I'm joined on mic by Galadrius.
I got everything right with the intro.
Oh yeah, totally right. And also Sperry Crunch.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Everybody make sure you follow him at twitch.tv/SperryCrunch. Tonight we are playing Castlevania Dominus Collection on Steam Deck. This game is available on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and Steam. $25 on every platform. It's a collection of the 3 Nintendo DS Castlevania games, plus the really bad first Castlevania arcade game and a remake of it. Here is the first Castlevania arcade game, because there's more than one. And it's called Haunted Castle, and it is just terrible. It's reprehensibly bad.
It's just
It comes
hard.
from the era, this era of Konami arcade games. It's the same time around when they released the first Contra in arcades. Well, Konami back then would limit continues in their arcade games. Like, you'd either get 0 or up to 3 continues, but you could not continue anymore after that, even if you put in more money, right? And this game also happens to be just super hard on its own. But if you could continue through that, it wouldn't be so bad, but you can't. So it's just super hard, and there is no way you can finish it without abusing save states. But I actually tried to do that on the previous collection, and it is deeply unpleasant because there's so many parts where it's almost impossible not to take damage. So save scumming your way through it is a pain. So thankfully, M2 did a remake, Haunted Castle Revisited. So let's play that. It's the same game, but with better graphics and sound, newly remixed music. And
Yeah,
it actually plays fairly.
It kind of reminds me, do you remember the PlayStation 1 game Castlevania Chronicles? It's a little bit similar in that in terms of spirit. I mean, obviously it's still got the Haunted Castle vibes to it, but I think, they were really inspired by how great Castlevania Chronicles was, and they kind of used that as a jump-off point creating their port.
That was a really good remake, which I own and enjoyed on my
Yep.
PS3 for a while back in the day.
I got it on
But
Vita.
also, people say that it is most like Castlevania Rebirth, I think is what it's called. It was the Wii downloadable Castlevania, which has never been ported to anything, and they really should port it to things.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did. I think it was Gradius, Contra, and Castlevania also all got a downloadable Wii exclusive new game, Yeah, and they just
Rebirth, yeah.
Rebirth, that's it. And they've never been ported to anything, so right now they're just kind of like lost unless you're an emulation fan.
But you have to understand, Konami's been doing really well in these releases. Like, we didn't think the DS games would come out anything since, they require 2 screens. But we'll show you later tonight how the emulation works. It's actually a pretty neat process.
Yeah,
So-
I mean they did a good job with it for sure.
Yeah, and as you can see here, the controls way better than the 87 Haunted Castle, because the controls are just not fluid.
You're right, it's clunky.
Here, it's definitely better.
Yeah, and the original game's artwork, like for the main character, he's a bit weirdly drawn, and here they're sticking to the same position of his body, but he does look better. Like he's in a weird, his stance is weird, but it's okay, like it works. It is a remake of that game after all, so
Yeah.
he needs to look kind of like that game looked.
And also, I think they got the original composer to do the remix music, if I recall.
You're probably right. I mean, the remix music is great. I don't know if the audience can hear it.
It's a little muted. I think they just hear us.
Yeah, do you guys not hear the game music? I can turn it up if you don't hear it. Ah.
Are you able to
There's all
whip
kind-
up?
No, you have no directional control.
Oh.
No downward either, unfortunately. No game music at all. That's not good. All right, give me a second. Oh yeah, I pause with left trigger. All right, let's try to fix that. Why would it be none at all? Because it's not turned down that much.
Did
but,
you
hey,
adjust when you adjusted the volume knob so they could hear me? I think you might have muted it.
I don't know. Let's find out. All right, I'm unpausing. Let me know if you hear any music. Tech Guy's back. Hello, Tech Guy. It's very good to see you. Tech Guy is watching us all the way from, I believe, was it Newfoundland, which they call New Finland for some reason, I think. Is that correct, Tech Guy? Let us know. Definitely Canada, though. Oh, this person art. Look at that. There's gravestones falling from the sky, and they're upside down, so it's like, ooh, spooky.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a memorable little thing. First time I did this, because I tested it earlier, I just stood in the middle and it was like, oh, they're falling on me. So I learned not to do that. Don't let things fall on you.
Who's Jonathan
Okay.
Charlotte?
Are these the names of two separate characters from some of the Castlevanias?
Oh yeah, I think
so.
that's what he's talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jonathan Charlotte. Yeah, okay. I was like,
Jonathan and Charlotte, I think.
that you're
So-
supposed to say and, not Jonathan Charlotte.
Yeah. And is a very useful word. It's called a conjunction.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, it allows us to link different things together in our sentences.
the more you know.
I
So you have these tree guys here. They cannot be damaged as far as I know, so they're kind of annoying. Like, why can't we hit them? There's no reason. But they're just an obstacle. Ah. Yeah, hard not to get hit there. I don't know what you're supposed to do.
How do you use
Just
that,
time it right, I
that
guess.
like axe thing you got?
Up and attack. That's one little downside. As far as I know, you can't... There's no single button to do the sub-weapons. And there should be, but as far as I know, there isn't. But I could be wrong. Let's see.
You hold up in the attack button. there?
Yeah, up and attack, which is the original way you did it in the arcade. But since it's a remake and it's fancier, you really should let us do it with one button.
But it is pretty cool, though. I mean,
I wonder
it
if-
looks great.
Is there a way to like remap it or anything?
Well, I mean, we could stop and look, but
I don't know. I mean, you don't.
I
have to do
didn't
it.
think there was. I could be wrong. If any, I mean, I can't be the only one who owns this, right?
I
Why
got
haven't
it
we
on
all
Xbox.
bought this? This is an amazing collection.
I mean, I didn't worry about
Oh, look,
it.
I got the torch. The torch is just holy water, but it's fire. See? There you go. That's holy water. From Castlevanias. And I can go through up here. That guy says they need more milk. Yeah, they are low on calcium.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's a time limit, and I just died from it. I didn't realize Yeah, I mean, it's in the corner of the
dang.
screen. That's arcade games love to time you. That way, if you walk
this
away
one
from
I
the
don't-
arcade cabinet...
I don't think this one has limited continues, though, which is good.
Yes, and look, it's Medusa. She was the boss anyway. She's a little bit covered up, which I think Medusa often isn't in the Castlevanias. But she is a big, cool-looking version of the character. Now I have no sub-weapon. I don't like that. Leave me alone, Medusa. She's sending snakes at me and all that. Why don't you just stop? I know I'm not playing very well. Forgive me, everyone. Chicago hasn't bought it yet, but he will. Okay. God, I gotta get into the zone.
Probably, I would say maybe like halfway or so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many like So it goes based on chapters. So I think I'm like chapter 3 right now. But
Come on,
that
Paul,
might
learn,
be about
learn to dodge. There we go. I dodged one of her attacks for once.
We got a giveaway coming up too.
Yay! Oh, didn't dodge that one.
Yeah, they're giving away Little Big Adventure for Steam.
Oh my god. Yeah, which is getting a new sequel, I think, pretty soon.
Yep, it is.
I am going to PAX West tomorrow, so I'm looking
Nice.
forward to
Lucky.
checking out some games.
Go run into my buddy Justin over there at Retro World.
Ooh,
He's
finally.
He's got his game Iron Meat, I believe, somewhere on the game floor. It's a Contra-style clone that's actually really good.
I feel like I've seen that one before. Maybe.
He's been to a couple of shows, so you might have run it.
Iron Meat, dude, message me about it and I'll go say hi to him.
Yeah, give me a minute.
I feel
like
like
this
if the
guy
meat is made out
Galadrius?
of iron, it would be too tough, you know? Like, I like it to be a little bit tender. Look at this. We're
almost-
moving from right to
That's
left
almost
this
like
time.
Wolverine, right? Like
Hey.
Wolverine's like kind of Iron Meat.
Hey, Sperry,
Oh, yeah, now you mention it.
Are you gonna wear your rug on your back?
Dude, I was thinking
Why would you wear it on your back?
Because he's showing off his wares, you know. I mean, Sperry makes amazing rugs, like the Battletoads one he made for me.
We were talking about Paul, have you played Animal Crossing much?
I have never.
Oh, okay. We were talking about it the other day.
Ow, dang it.
And there's a character called Sahara. Is that right, Galadrius?
Yeah.
Who like sells rugs, like goes around and selling rugs. And it's like
Oh.
a little camel. So I was like, oh man, I could dress up like a camel and sell my rugs to people.
Yeah. Do it.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean,
They'd
you
be
get a lot of
cool.
attention. Can I kill it when it comes out at me? Yeah, I can. Okay, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of layers of parallax scrolling and clouds and fog and whatever. Good stuff in this.
This looks really good.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that bone dragon in the background. That's ominous. Yeah, I'd rather have the axe. Alright. You can get power-ups to extend the length of your whip. This is the maximum length of whip. When it's at the maximum power, it's got this blade at the end, you know, like looks like a kunai or something.
Also, Sperry, make sure you go to the Limited Run Games booth. They have a bunch of cool stuff there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me. I've never been to like one as a.
Yeah.
Just like
I went a few years ago. Obviously, it's I can't afford it anymore and whatever. But
Paul, why didn't you do that?
I'll message you. Look for my buddy.
No, Paul, no, stop. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
These friggin' mermen, dude. But that's fine. And by the way, although most of the games in this collection do have save states, this particular one doesn't.
Challenges you old school style.
Yeah, but that's also kind of a weird thing. Like, you give me save states in the games that let you save anyway, and you're not giving me one in the game where maybe I need it because it's an arcade style game.
Yeah.
But
you
fine.
They
can do things how they want.
Hard. Go back and play this one.
No, I mean, like, no, the real regular arcade game is too hard. This is not too hard. I'm not playing that well, but it's reasonable. So please don't let my tiredness affect your view of the game.
Next stream, Paul plays Sekiro.
Oh, one more thing, Sperry, while I'm making
That'd be
recommendations here.
interesting, wouldn't it?
Digital Eclipse has their Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind game available to play.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah, you got to check that out. I wrote an article about the Green Ranger being in it because they just announced that.
Yeah, like free DLC, right? Or, it's not that bad.
No, he's just unlockable within the game. Like, you beat the game and he unlocks.
Oh, I hope so.
So yeah, I just sent you info, and all the details are in your feed there. But the bad part is you have to save us some swag.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I can. Like I said, I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's gonna be lots of people there.
Oh yeah, lots of people. Yes. It's just a fun community event. That's what I'm saying. You should wear one of your rugs on your back and a shirt that says your company, Rug Addicts.
I make rugs.
Why not? I mean, you might as well. People love this community stuff. There are people there who hawk their Twitch channels, who hawk their companies. They do all sorts of stuff.
Some people there they sell their time in private with them. You have to pay more for certain things. I mean, so I've heard. No.
Well, I mean, you take home.
You can take them home if you pay them enough. The girlfriend experience, I think, is what they call it.
Oh no,
pretty good. I'm into that.
Just ignore him. He hasn't been to a PAX since 2000.
I've been to PAX South and PAX East.
Yeah.
I miss PAX South, by the way. R.I.P.
Hey,
PAX South.
don't tell girlfriends. Oh, please.
Dang, dude, you had me all jazzed for that.
My bad.
Just play Rita's Escape. You'll be fine.
Rita's Rewind.
Rita's
Dude, these instead of bone dragons, you have these living green dragons. They're freaky. Yeah. Oh, but then they turn into staircases when you kill them, and that's pretty cool too.
That's awesome.
And my sub weapon is a boomerang, and it's not a cross, so that's different. There's always a boomerang, but it's usually in the shape of a cross.
Yeah, well, this is early adventure, so.
Yes, very early, 1980, 6-ish? I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to play through the whole game of this, and then we'll switch over to Dawn of Souls or whatever it's called. Dawn of Sorrows. Dawn of Dawns.
How long is this game?
Well, it's an arcade game, so it's probably going to be about 30 minutes, I would hope, but we will see. Can I jump over to that side, I wonder? No, rocks come out of it. I don't want to go over there, but it looks like you could get over there.
Do you guys have a favorite Castlevania game?
That's a good question.
I'd have to say Bloodlines. I mean, Symphony is great, don't get me wrong, and I love Super Castlevania 4, and even like Dracula X over there on the Turbo Duo, the Rondo of Blood. But, at the end of the day, I really like Bloodlines. I don't know why that one really sticks to me.
The art is great.
Yeah, the art is great. Yeah. The music is spectacular for 8-bit, or for 16-bit.
16.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, how about you guys in the audience? What are your favorite Castlevanias? Since you asked, Sperry, my favorites are Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm a big Castlevania 4 fan.
Ooh, well, man, that might have the best soundtrack. I don't know. I mean, it's at least very amazing, the soundtrack.
By the way,
that's what really got me into it, was that soundtrack. But
the
gameplay I thought was always fun too, man.
By the way, guys, a lot of these Castlevania games we're talking about, the Super Castlevania and all them, They are in the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, and we're actually giving away a code for Steam tonight. We weren't able to get any codes for Dominus, but we do have a code for Anniversary.
Yes.
So you'll be able to enjoy those classics on your Steam if you win. And it works on Steam Deck, too, which is really cool.
That is true. Yeah, and by the way, I just bought that for the stream, you know, which we can do because of our
Nice.
awesome subscribers.
Nice.
Yes.
Dude, you guys are so nice.
What, with the
Nice
giveaways? Oh.
Spaz
I mean-
says favorite is Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest on the NES.
Ooh, that's it.
Seriously? Well, Spazpole, if you really like Simon's Quest, then you should get the Bloodstained DLC, which is called... What is it called? I forget. Dominique's Curse or something.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, something like that.
Dominique's Curse, yeah, that's it.
Swish. Yeah, anyway, which I did stream on a Wednesday stream before, and it's quite good. It's hard, I mean, but it's quite good. And the trophies and achievements are not that... Well, some of them are easy and some are not. Let's put it that way. Well, there's a cross. What does that do? Okay, so it's a different sub-weapon? Oh, look at that. It just clears enemies around it in a circle. A little bit like the Bible in Rondo of Blood and later Castlevanias.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Chicago says Anniversary. That's the first Castlevania. Yeah, the Castlevania Anniversary Collection has the 8 and 16-bit games. All of them. Including the arcade version of this game that I'm playing now. The bad version.
All that needs to be done now, I mean, there's a collection over on PS4 called Castlevania Requiem that has Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. That needs to be ported to Xbox, Switch, and PC too.
Yeah, man. Port it.
Those are
Why
great
not?
games. Yeah, those are great games.
Yeah,
Right?
they're leaving
And of
money
course,
on the table.
And obviously Castlevania Advance. Well, not Advance.
Oh, God. Look at this boss.
Rebirth. Castlevania Rebirth. The Rebirth games just need to come.
Castlevania Afterbirth. That's not so pretty.
That's not the name of it.
Ah!
Did you guys ever play the one for PlayStation 3?
Which one? There's more than one.
Are you talking about Lords of Shadow?
Lords of Shadow, there we go, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I played it for a while. Back then I was really hung up on achievements, like our friend Simius. And, yeah, like, you gotta... I mean, there's lots of collectibles and crap, so, like, you can't just play and have fun if you're worrying about the achievements, so...
Yeah, you got to go into. The thing is, the first Lords of Shadow I thought was great. Lords of Shadow 2 did some changes. It wasn't as good, but it's still not bad. And then there was a side-scrolling one. I have to look up what the name.
Yeah, I forget the name of it,
Yeah. Give me.
but... Yeah, I had it and never played it, that side-scrolling one. Uh-oh. I only need to hit him a little more, but he won't get out of my face. There we go. No, I didn't beat him. Crap. He has one more health. Get over here.
Lords of Shadow. It's Mirror of Fate. That's,
Mirror of Fate. Thank
It
you.
originally released on 3DS, and then it came out for like Xbox and PlayStation.
Ah.
It's backward compatible on Xbox, so those of you who want to check it out, you can buy it and you can play it on your Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to play through it someday. Obviously, I don't have enough time to play all the games I own, and I probably
Right.
never will. But yeah, sometime it would be nice to, because I enjoy nearly every Castlevania game, whether they're Metroidvanias or not. And Chicago asks, how do the advanced games look? Well, I think you'll get a decent idea of that when we play Dawn of Sorrows in a little bit, because it's a similar, low resolution screen.
No, you're thinking these are the Nintendo DS games. He's talking about in the Castlevania Advance Collection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The DS games are very low resolution, and Game Boy
okay.
Advance games are very low resolution. So
I mean,
it's not exactly the same, but
Yeah, I mean, I still think it looks pretty good. The emulation is really well done. I mean, some of the sprites do look a little blocky in a bigger screen format, but it still looks great.
well, I think it's playing Bloody Tears, isn't it? I can't hear it very well, but I think it is.
Let me listen.
Can you guys who are watching the stream actually hear it now, or is it still too quiet?
I can hear a brief bit of it.
Yeah, that's Bloody Tears. And they made 2 different remixes of it for this particular remake game. Why do you say... God, I wonder if the... Okay, so it's just a little too quiet. Let me increase the volume further. Sorry about that. I know we're like... Part of the appeal of the Castlevania games is they have such great music. Okay, let's try that.
Tyler says you can hear it. Maybe you ought to
Yeah.
turn it up a little bit.
I've just increased it by 15%. It's just if I turn it up too loud, then it's since I'm wearing the headphones, it's distracting.
Yeah, what shoddy work? You got chandeliers falling down.
That's true. It's because they relied on lowest common bidder contractors. You know, that's not how you get quality. I don't think I'm going to go up there because that hunchback. That's a huge, interesting version of the hunchback enemy. Okay, do we hear anything yet? Jono! Thank you for resubscribing. 77 months, our very first subscriber. Yeah, I actually found some food. I read a review of this version, you know, talking about the remake, and it said that food is never far away, and it's like, this is the first time I've found food in 3 levels. That reviewer was a liar.
You're not hitting enough.
Oh my gosh, Jono! Look at that. He just gifted 10 subscriptions.
Hey.
Wow, Jono. God, I need to... I'm having a heart attack here. But that was very, very kind of you.
No, I'll
Thank
give
you.
you a game. I'll give you a random game code for your generosity. Just tell me what platform you want.
Sure. I think he has everything, actually. Because he's the right kind of gamer.
So I will let him choose a platform.
Yay. I love that, Jono. That touches my heart. And also that completely makes up for not giving me a coupon for that Australian Blu-ray store. I forgive you.
For now.
Gifting 10 subs is worth more than 10% off of an order. Alright, I'm scared to make this jump. Xbox, he says.
All right, I'll message you because it's gonna be easier.
Ah. Okay. Too many bad guys. And scary chandeliers that I'm jumping across. In the real arcade version, if you could ever get to this part, because it is, I mean, that game is so friggin' hard. This would have to be very stressful, I'm sure.
All right, I sent him over a random Xbox game.
But I'm thinking some of these levels must just be new, because I do remember from the real arcade game, I got to a part where you're, oh, look at that painting is bleeding. That was distracting and it got me hit. But there's a part where you're fighting like a plant monster, and I have not come across that. So I think at least this level could be totally new. And look at that weird harpy enemy. Got her. That's what you get, girl.
Nice.
Uh-oh,
Like
I
that.
couldn't make the jump.
Take those broken wings and learn to fly again.
Yeah. Alright, she's gone. Ooh, what is everyone saying? He's
John
making a
is
drink
pretty-
right now. Neat. What is he putting in the drink, Firelight? Is it a secret? Is it something fun and cool? Tell us.
It's probably like root beer.
I believe Galadrius likes a nice wine cooler now and then.
No, it's actually beer. You're thinking of Tyler. You're thinking of Tyler.
That's true. That is Tyler.
It's fixable.
Well, that's all they're allowed to have in Utah.
Yeah. Wonder what Sperry drinks. Sperry,
Root
what's
beer?
your root beer? There you go.
Oh.
What's my drink of choice? I actually
Yeah.
I don't drink very often anymore. Unless you
But-
get me in the right mood and I'll take a shot with you or something.
If you did, would it just be a shot?
Yeah, I usually don't go for like beer or anything. I'll take a shot or like I usually like whiskey, so I'll do like some whiskey or I'll do like a mixed drink like a whiskey coke or something.
There you go.
Ah. Well, I do love me some Coke Zero. I could say that for sure, but I
Oh, yeah.
cannot go into
Yeah, I
any
think I
further level
drink
of detail.
like a couple beers a week. I used to drink a lot more, but obviously age has caught up to me. So yeah.
Ah,
Moscow mules are really good. You guys ever drink one of those?
I've never had a real one.
Okay.
But
I mean, I'm not into them, but they're enough.
Yeah, I think Cayman Jack though makes a drink that's like a store-bought Moscow Mule. So I imagine that might be a kind of thing I would try if I was allowed to try such things like normal people are. But I'm not, so I haven't. How about that?
Okay.
Wink.
Yeah. No. No ginger beer for you.
I'm afraid not.
Should I talk about what I've been playing this week?
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
It's a game coming out Tuesday,
Ah.
but I can go ahead and talk about it. It's a game called Bakaru. It's coming to Nintendo Switch and PC. And
I ran out of time again. Sorry.
it's probably going to be the closest thing we get to a new Goemon game, which is Mystical Ninja, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a 3D platforming adventure by Goodfeel. It came out in Japan some time ago, but thanks to Spike Chunsoft, it's getting a US release in just a few days. And it's really fun. I mean, it's an easy game. It doesn't have an incredible challenge, but the platforming is good. The goofy Japanese nature is very well done, and it's just cute. It's a cute
Is
game.
it 2-player?
No, it's only one player. It's
Weak.
well, you have to understand, they try to fashion it after those old
Some of the Goemons are 2-player.
Nintendo 64 platform.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
So,
I mean to interrupt you.
I get it. No, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, I kind of want the Mystical Ninja series back, but this is something that'll fill in the meantime. It's not bad.
Yeah, I actually bought a PS1, like one of the Japanese PS1 Mystical Ninjas. I bought that with a Japanese PlayStation account back in the day. Played like just a little bit of it, like maybe half an hour, and that's it. But yeah, there's a bunch of them that were never translated and released officially, which is super annoying. Oh, look at this cool enemies. A stained glass window monster.
And then
with big swords.
I just picked up a game called...
Run.
I think I have the one for Super Nintendo. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it was a launch title, and it was great. Also, I did have on Game Boy Advance, I had the Japanese re-release. Or on Game Boy Advance for a while, they had those like mini Famicom cartridges and mini NES cartridges. You guys remember those?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they reproduced the boxes and everything. So they did Goemon 1, which was a Japanese Famicom game. I had that on Game Boy Advance, and it was pretty neat. I didn't beat it or anything, but how am I going to ever dodge all these swords swinging around?
You just got to time your attacks better. Watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not using any kind of strategy. I'm thinking about what I'm saying, but... Yeah.
But another game I picked up is one called a Kimbot. This is sort of like a 3D action adventure game like Ratchet and Clank. It's spun by the developers that did Pumpkin Jack, which is this neat little medieval style 3D platformer. And
Oh yeah, we streamed that.
For an $18 game, it's not bad. It's actually good fun. The gameplay holds up really well, and the graphics look great on Xbox.
Tyler, you know, I mean, well, you say $18 like that's not bad, but our friend Tyler, I don't think he's ever bought a game that costs that much.
Well, he's going to need to invest in some books.
At least, hopefully his spirit of cheapness is here with us.
Yeah.
Come on, I just like to save money.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing much better this time.
And then I'm playing one more, but I can't talk about it just yet. I'll talk more about it next week.
Oh.
But you guys are going to like it. I'll just say that.
Did I mention I just beat that boss?
Nice, dude. I saw it.
Right
Saw that
on.
finishing blow.
So have you boys been watching anything?
I'm back on the Seinfeld kick.
Ooh, how far are you now?
Well, we finished it a few weeks ago, and I gave it a little rest. And then I was talking to a buddy about it. He was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I've never seen it. Me and my wife have been watching it. It's fantastic." And he kept making all these references to like the earlier seasons, and I was like, "It's been probably a couple of months since I've seen those." So started it back up. I'm episode like maybe 4 or 5 of the first season.
So Sperry, you decided to dedicate your life to Seinfeld, is what you're saying.
I mean, it's written so well. It's like such a good show. Like I don't know. I tried to watch other things too, a couple other little like sitcoms and things like that, and it just doesn't hold up.
You're like, where's Kramer? I don't see Kramer. I can't watch
Yeah,
this without a
exactly.
Kramer in it. Do you
There's
see
no
what Tyler
Kramer
says?
either.
He's talking to you.
Yeah. I've been watching. It just came back. Only Murders in the Building. The 4th season just
I
started.
need to try that. Whenever we finally get
It's
Hulu
really
again,
good.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's a really great series. It's funny and it's really well. It's got Steve Martin. It's got Martin Short and like all-star cast. It's really good. I don't want to get too much into details. I think you should just watch it, but it's good fun.
Selena
I love
Gomez.
both of those guys.
Selena Gomez. Yeah, that's it. And then I'm not entirely on board, but I think at one point I will watch the new season of Rings of Power.
Yo, look who it is. Staggerilla. Rings of Power. Yeah, we need to try that out soon.
Dude.
Can we get a shout out for Staggerilla, please? Staggerilla, who streams 24 hours a day, I think, and has lots of interesting games and such going on his stream. So check him out, guys.
But aside from that, I mean,
Leave me alone.
I did watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes again. That was fun. And I found this hilarious. Borderlands is already available digitally. Like, it just came and bombed in theaters, so it's already available for purchase. I don't recommend it. Skip it. Like a heart attack.
I talked to somebody today who actually really enjoyed it, so I thought that was interesting.
Brownmeister, thank you
Sure
for the
you want one,
resubscription.
Yeah, I did. I mean, the thing is, it's
Oh
just
crap! Leave me alone.
I don't know. Most people weren't into it. I mean, some people just kind
No,
of
I-
did it.
I was asking them if they had watched the right movie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Woo!
Uh,
Yeah,
sure you
maybe
didn't watch
maybe they were
Guardians?
thinking of something else. He's like,
Guardians of the
actually, what you
Galaxy.
watched was Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, can we get a shout out please for our friend the Brownmeister, Australian streamer,
Hello,
first person
Brownmeister.
shooter enthusiast. I'm sure Jono's on that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that remake of The Crow isn't far
Ah.
behind either. It shouldn't have been done. It just sounds terrible.
Yeah, I still want to watch it, but I do not want to pay like any
Yeah.
more than $15 for it, preferably 10. So I'll wait a while. But you're right; it will be on demand very soon. No, I don't have an axe. I wish I had an axe for that bone throwing guy.
What do all those
Yeah.
parts do? Because it doesn't look like they heal you.
Oh yeah, no, they are fuel for your sub weapon.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Ammo, sorry, for your sub weapon. But I mean, they're throwing a lot at me right now. But it's fine. Thankfully, there are unlimited continues. That does help. And there's also a stage select feature which they've added to the remake. So you can turn it on or off. Like if you don't think you should be able to select the stage because you're a weirdo, like our friend Royal Bob, for instance, then you could turn it off. But I'd rather have it on so I can continue where I left off if I wanted. Oh, look at that. Oh, he died easily. That was interesting. All right. Hey, I found some food. It did not fully heal me, only partially.
Oh, wall chicken? There we go.
Yeah,
Always the classic wall chicken there.
it's the best kind of chicken.
It is. It really is.
Like you're just really hungry and you find one in the wall. Heck yeah, you gotta eat it.
Oh, I get most of my food in the wall.
Perfect. Just got a hole in the wall and you stick it in there.
Yeah, I'm like, where does
For a
this
rainy
food
day.
come from?
Well. Yeah, he was playing Doom 2 recently. Yeah, I wish I had time. Another thing I would do if I had time was I would play the recent Night Dive Studios Doom 1 and 2 remake. Or not remake, but new version or whatever.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. We made it through. Alright, and there's still more. It's not over yet. The bone-throwing skeletons are obnoxious because they throw a lot. That's how it goes, isn't it? I
So
got
far, it
mudmen
is.
down there. There we go. That killed the mudmen at least. I could get an axe.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. I gotta grab some.
Sure.
I'll be right back in a sec.
Go for it.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been watching, Sperry. You know,
Yeah, let's hear it.
I too am in the past in a way, although it is not a show that I've completed. But yeah, we are currently watching our way through Star Trek Deep Space Nine on Paramount Plus.
Very nice.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people's favorite Star Trek show, you know, and I've always had a very high respect for it, but I've just never actually finished it. So we're towards the end of season 2. Like I mean, it's, you know, episodes are 45 minutes long, right? So they're not a quick breeze to watch, but just our whole family loves them. Like surprisingly, Mackenzie loves them, you know? I mean, the whole family, so that's a good thing.
That's great.
Yeah. Oh, there was some chicken in a torch chicken.
Yeah.
Barbecued, I assume.
That's pretty cool. I was a big fan of Deep Space 8, but haven't seen 9 yet.
Well, you gotta work. I mean, you don't really have to have watched other Star Trek stuff. You know, like it would help. Like if you've seen Star Trek Next Generation, then you would know some of the races and things like that. But you can just jump in with this. You don't. And there's so many things here to dodge and such. It is not available in HD. Oh my god, I died from running out of time again. That timer is obnoxious. Anyway, it's not available in HD, which is a huge shame. They really should pony up and remake it in HD, or you know, upscale it in HD.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
they've
for
never
sure.
done
That'd
so.
be great.
But despite that, even just in SD, it's a great show. So, I mean, science fiction, you know, things, special effects, they look better if have more detail, if they're in better definition. But it doesn't matter. Like the stories are great, the characters are all interesting and lovable. So, good show. And my friend Low Sweet, he claims that the first 2 seasons are no good, but he's wrong. Like I mean, the show was good from the beginning. It had a bad pilot. The pilot is very long and boring, but the rest of seasons 1 and 2 were quite enjoying.
Don't watch the pilot. Just skip to episode 2.
Yeah, there you go. You could do that. But even I mean, the pilot has some important lore stuff that happens, but you could just read about it instead of watching if you didn't want to. Chicago got Firelight into Star Trek. That's very cool.
No,
I mean, I'm glad you guys can enjoy that together. It is very fun being able to share a big, long story with someone you love, I think. Short stories too, of course, but... Oh, look, I made it to the next section. Last time when I died, I was right before the exit when the timer ran out.
That timer's weird, too.
Oh my gosh, look at this boss! That's incredible. And there's, of course, there's a mummy. Why would there be a regular mummy?
That's
But
so
anyway.
cool.
This reminds me of Super Castlevania because of the rotating effects that are on his body. Ah,
That's a big boss, too, for this.
yes, definitely. A little too big.
Oh, I just mean like most of the enemies, like big bosses you fought, are
Oh, not so
the same
big.
size
Yeah.
as enemies. You know, they like really went overboard with this one. That's cool.
But well, I still think he's too big, so there. Ah,
Good.
I wish he was smaller and weaker. How about that? This is neat. His weak point keeps shifting. Oh gosh. Oh, that was a bad jump, Paul. Learn to dodge, Paul.
Learn to dodge. Learn to get good.
For real.
Good.
Why don't I have any hearts to throw axes? I'd like to throw an axe or two. Whoa. Oh, he got stunned for a minute. Come on. Oh gosh, we're so close. 3 hits, but I've got no health. Ah, yeah. Jumping over that thing is hard. And you know, later we're going to stream Dawn of Souls if we have any time left over. We actually may not.
I got something.
But I mean, gosh, that was very generous of him. It's nice to have some subscribers, for sure. That's what keeps us energized and going with the stream after all these years, because we're about to hit our 10-year anniversary.
Indeed. We're old.
But yeah,
I
it's
might
the
have-
supporters.
I might have some extra PS4 and Switch games to give away during this stream as well, which is good.
Woo! Yeah, I hear Earth Defense Force 6 is on sale for like 15% off on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Oh, talk about the DLC, because apparently it's destroying you.
Well, I mean, for one thing, I don't give up. You know, like when it comes to Earth Defense Force, I don't give up.
When it
But
comes to, yeah, let's say, when it comes to everything
yeah.
else, you pretty much give up. But
No, that's not necessarily true. If I have the time for it, I will keep at it. But Earth Defense Force 6 got its first DLC on Steam and PlayStation, and it's $15. You get 20 missions. There are new enemies, which is exciting. Blue ants, purple spiders, new flying ships, and other things, new kinds of frogs. Ah, dang it. So anyway, but also lots of new weapons. Like I think in total you can unlock a total of approximately 100 new weapons from this DLC.
nice.
Yeah, so good value.
I'm gonna have to pick it up.
Well, I mean, you might not like the difficulty of it. Ah. Just a warning. But the very first mission is actually quite easy. Like, you can beat it on any difficulty, no matter what your equipment is, because the NPCs do a lot of the work for you. Yay, I finally beat this guy. Oh, he fell to pieces. Yeah. And, but we got to stage 5, and stage 5 was quite tough, and my partners, Icky and Perfect Zero, they ran out of stamina, so we just put it off for now.
Congrats, Chicago won. That
Whoa, go Chicago! But we'll go back to it. Anyway, yeah, Earth Defense Force, without any DLC at all, is going to take you the rest of your life to beat. And then you can get DLC too, so it will take you even longer. And that's one of the cool things about Earth Defense Force is there's just so much to it. The volume of content. Ooh, look at this cool stage. I think at this point we may be doing entirely new levels that weren't in the arcade game, but I don't know for sure. I don't think anyone knows for sure, because no one's ever seen the end of the arcade game. I don't know, if you could do a hack where you can make yourself invincible, then you could get to the end. Somebody should get right on that.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
Almost done with it.
That was fast. Look at, they're just bombarding me with bats and such. Ah. Poop everywhere, you know, bats do that a lot. So I'm told. Ooh, we made it to the next area. Haunted Castle? That's a good question. I think it actually did come out in America. I could be wrong, but the particular version that they include is Japanese. But you're trying to rescue your bride. I think you're playing as Simon Belmont, but he's on his way to get married, or he just got married in the intro, and he's got to go rescue her from Dracula. Dracula is famously very into the ladies, and he wants them all. So he's greedy.
Jono has that one
Yeah.
too.
Among other
Treats ladies
things.
like Pokemon.
Exactly right. Oh my gosh, Jono.
I tried.
He's got the world's biggest game collection.
Next to me. Well, I tried, but I mean, if he wants to choose another platform, I can give it a try. Because I have several here that I don't think he has on a different platform.
Yeah, Jono, your PlayStation collection's looking anemic.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, he only has a US account for Xbox. I'm sorry, I ran out of Xbox codes aside from those two, so.
Oh,
maybe
well,
I'll
I
have
mean,
some.
you should create a US PlayStation account if you don't own one. I mean, I have a Japanese PlayStation account and a European one.
Yeah, me
so that I
too.
can play different releases from those countries. Ah. Okay. Could you bad guys all just leave me alone? That'd be nice. Okay. Beautiful, fun game we're playing here. So, Sperry, I hear, how much did it cost you to get into this PAX that you're going to?
I only got a 1-day pass, which I think after like taxes and stuff was like $70 maybe.
Whoa,
not
that's
bad.
kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Not bad? To me, that's a lot.
Well, compared to how it was in previous years, I think they lowered the price. Because previous years, I think it was over 100.
What you should do next time is apply to get in as an influencer and see if you can get in for free.
I was
Yeah.
oh yeah, I was thinking that too. I like this is all kind of like last minute decision stuff too. I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, PAX West, cool, I'll go.
Yeah, you should definitely, like I said, do the thing with the rug. I mean, they don't mind promoting like adult or anything, you know, like your OnlyFans account or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was thinking about it because so I mean we've done like expos before where we like sell rugs and stuff like that, and so I kind of thought about trying to jump into it, but a lot of these you have to like sign up like
Months in
almost a year
advance.
before, so. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe next year we can get in as a vendor, which would be really nice.
Yeah.
Pay a little more money, but then we can peruse the show floor and
Yeah.
check stuff out.
You should, but wear your rug. You know, like if you can find a way to strap it to your back, do it.
He's adamant to you about you wearing that rug, man.
You should sell. Seriously,
Just
people would
send him a
buy
photo and
it.
tell him you wore it.
Yeah, why
Oh,
not?
yeah, I'll fake a
Hey,
photo.
you know, out of all the, I mean, I'm suggesting you wear a certain
Ow.
kind of rug, and not suggesting you wear another certain kind of rug on your head.
I could do both.
There you go. You're gonna wear a toupee.
Galadrius is like, I want a picture of you in the rug and nothing else. And he's just
Yeah.
pestering you about it over
Oh,
and
he's
over.
got that. Did you look at his page?
Oh,
He's
God.
got that. He's
Yeah.
got like
Oh,
something where,
goodness.
where he did the Burt Reynolds thing on a rug.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a very nice Christmas card.
Yes,
Right.
it was. Right.
Galadrius, did I send one of those to you?
You did not, but that's okay.
Oh.
I mean, I'll buy the poster. It's
He feels
fine.
left out.
No, I'll send one to you. Don't worry.
Oh, you're sweet. Oh.
Yeah, but Icky says that there's a 3-episode Dracula series on Netflix that I need to watch. And I know he mentioned it to me. It just popped out of my head at some point. So I will have to figure out exactly which version it is that he's talking about and then check it out. But yeah, it's hard. Like, I mean, we're into this Deep Space Nine thing right now, right? And I want to show the family more Sailor Moon, and I mean, we need to try Rings of Power Season 2 and see if it's less boring than Season 1. But just when you're really into a show, you kind of want to power through it, so it's hard to take breaks from it. At least for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really into the show, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, you can't get out of watching Seinfeld.
I can't. I love that show so much.
No, he's out.
Whoa, Ima, have you seriously never played a Castlevania? Because I can hardly believe, Ima, that you do not own Castlevania Symphony of the Night on Xbox, because it goes on sale for $5 all the time.
Yeah, or at least Anniversary Collection, because that goes on sale all the time as well.
Oh, yeah, it does. But I mean, like, I'm a real like old school Xbox gamer, so I would have assumed that he would have picked up Symphony of the Night at some point, since it's been around for so long. Like he's had extra opportunities to play it.
I mean, if his Steam works, I mean, we can get him a key. It's like $4.
Well, yeah. I mean, he doesn't
You're
play
giving
much
one
on
away.
PC, but
You're
he
giving
does
one
play a
away.
little bit.
Do you want me to give away another Steam
Anniversary?
game? You can give him that one, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, I want to hear his excuse for never having tried the series somehow.
You know.
Because you need a real excuse. Like, I mean, you need a note from a
Maybe
doctor,
he was
basically.
busy with other games. There are like billions.
There are very few games that take precedent over the series. Thank you. Ah. Sorry about the coughing. All right. Ah, dang it. Can I get a... I mean, I've got a little more life, but this checkpoint is kind of far away. So if I die here, I'm still going to have to trudge right through it. And that just makes me think of Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, which I played earlier this week in co-op with my son.
It's a great game. I think it's a very well done rebuild.
Well, it's gorgeous, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's
They're like,
really good.
Yeah, they're like, what if we made this game really, really pretty, but also made the difficulty 5 times harder than the original?
Yeah.
You know, which I guess they did, because you have to have good and bad at the same time.
Yeah. It's done by the team at Tango Project. I mean, they did a number of these ports, like Wild Guns Reloaded they did, the Ninja Saviors, which is the Ninja Warriors on Super Nintendo, they did that, Pocky and Rocky.
Pocky and Rocky Reshrined. And Pocky and
yeah.
Rocky Reshrined is not harder than a regular Pocky and Rocky. Like, the controls are bad, which is why it's hard at all, but it's not harder than the previous games, you know what I'm saying?
It needs unlock easy
look at this-
mode, though. It's okay.
Look at this Frankenstein fight. It's interesting, but I need more life. Yeah, but my son and I, before we played Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, we played a bit of the actual NES game, which is very impressive for an NES game, because it's got 2-player local co-op, which most of the time they would take that out when they're porting games to NES. You know, I mean, not that it's a port; it's original, but I mean, it looks good and it has 2-player local co-op. Good game. But I'm just saying, we played the original so we can compare it very easily. And a lot of people who are reviewing or playing Reborn probably have not recently played the original, right? And anyway, they made it much harder. I don't know why. Like, the life meter in the NES game, you have probably, like, as many life units as you have in this. But the remake, you got, like, 5 units of life or something? Like, a much smaller amount of life. And the enemies, some of them have really difficult patterns. Like, it's just designed to be extra challenging for whatever reason. Take that, Frankenstein. That's right, I called you Frankenstein. I don't care what your real name is. Alright, now we're on to the last level.
Nice. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, and I promise I will show off Dawn of Sorrow before we end the stream, no matter what time it is, okay? But we're right here at the end, so we gotta beat this sucker. Sorry, Galadrius, did you manage to beat the game?
Not yet. Still working.
Yeah.
on it.
But there's an interesting unlocking system which they don't really explain very well, but I think you're meant to play and unlock some stuff and then die and start a new save, I think. Oh great, can I not get across that pit now? Look at this, is a meanly designed thing. I went right instead of left and now I can only fall in the hole and die. Because the platform does not come back. Oh, now it came back after quite a while. But anyway, yeah, my son and I, we got to level 3 in that game after maybe 2 hours or an hour and a half. And he just kept complaining about the difficulty, so we had to give up. Like, me, you know, if I'm determined to play through something that is hard, I'm okay with it. You know, like if I'm reviewing it, for instance, it's like, well, I have to get farther, so I'm going to get farther, you know? But unfortunately, he doesn't have quite the stamina. Not that he just hates all hard games or something, but he found the difficulty particularly irritating, which is a shame. And that's an issue. I mean, it's a co-op game, but you got to be able to get people to play with you. So if they make it balls hard, then it's harder to find somebody to play with.
Yeah, the problem is when you have to like build something to try to give it appeal and not enough people get into it. I mean, me and Darker Player were just talking about Concord over there on PS5 and Steam a little while ago. Supposed to have all this appeal of a big multiplayer shooter, but I mean, like, it has
$40.
Yeah, and it's 25,000 players. Like nobody's playing it. It's a ghost town.
Well, because they released it the wrong way. Like, it's not only that it has a green yondu, which is a really weird thing to put in your game,
Yeah.
but it's that this is a genre that now must be free to play, and they instead are charging $40 for it.
I think they're trying to do that so they don't stem it with microtransactions, but there's a way to go about it. I mean, I've seen people
Yeah.
release games free to play, and
Oh,
they
look.
don't like
It's Dracula.
life.
Oh yeah, her too. But I mean, I'm here for the Dracula.
Yeah, I get it. But it's just, I don't know. I think it's unfortunate the developer put a
Ah.
lot of work into that game, and unfortunately, because of Sony's inability to get things right,
That's the way to put it.
They're going to be, better with Astrobot, which comes out next week. But I mean, that's a lot easier to
God.
market than a $40 multiplayer shooter. So.
It is so hard to avoid the knives he throws. Although I almost had him, so maybe we'll get it. Quickly, to answer Chicago's question, Chicago, I'm sorry it takes so long to answer you. There is a rewind feature in the DS games. In this particular one, there are no save states or rewind.
Yeah.
They just,
You can continue.
they want it to have a certain level of challenge, and that's that.
You can continue. That's good.
Yeah. And stage select, too.
Yeah.
See,
But-
look, I mean, like, how am I supposed to... It's like you just got to
back
take
up.
the hit. No,
you-
but
you
I
back
did
up.
back up, and then the gaps are not big enough.
Let me see.
Let's see. Watch. Okay, that time I managed to jump over it. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, Jono says they're trying to chase trends, and that doesn't always work. In fact, it often doesn't work. You have to be quick if you're chasing a trend, for one. They've been working on that game for years. Sometimes, while canceling other games that definitely would have been more successful. Like, what are they even thinking?
Oh, you think
that
this
time I couldn't.
pop battle or something? Give it a minute.
What? Oh, man. I'm not going to have any life when... Thanks, Javors. Javors, have you played through this already? Or has anyone here?
No.
Too many steroids? Yes, that is true. I'm all roided up and I got my nice long blue hair, Blue is honestly my favorite hair color in real life.
I was thinking that earlier too.
Ah, crap. Really, about doing blue hair?
Well, I was trying to think of like why the character has blue hair, and I was like, it actually looks really cool.
Yes, and also I think just like if he's wearing black, then you don't want him to have black hair
Yeah.
also.
Easier
Okay.
to differentiate.
Yes. That was bad. I got caught in a really bad position.
I like that word.
Bad?
No.
Then you must like the
differentiate.
Michael J. Oh, okay. I was going to say, you must like that Michael Jackson song.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, look at that. He just burned it up in a crucified body posture.
Not over yet. Just
No, let it be. Oh my god! Ah! Oh my.
you got to hit the spirit orb and you got to dodge the incoming attacks.
Do you have a bike, Sperry?
I do have a bike.
Ooh.
Got a specialized.
Neat. What's special about it?
I do not.
That's what it's called. That's the brand. I haven't been riding though. I always try to get like people into like mountain biking and stuff,
Yeah.
and then nobody wants to do it. So.
That's a shame. So you want to do it more socially?
Yeah, I would like to. Like, I don't really know like a ton about mountain biking like in the area. Like, there's trails and stuff to ride on, but it'd be fun. I don't know. It'd be fun to go mountain biking with the boys.
I'm sure it would. Yeah, I had a bike for a while. Like, when we started the stream, I might have still been biking to my job at the time, which was like, a 10-minute bike ride. But the bike kept breaking, and I just got like sick of it breaking, and so I gave up on it. Yeah, it did it! Yeah, we beat it!
Yeah.
We beat it with the power of biking, folks. We BMX'd it.
Yay.
Word.
Oh, you got
Yeah, 20 miles to work. I mean, like 20 miles to work is not too far to drive to work. Some people, they commute an hour. But, yeah. I mean,
You
it's
should have got her.
I guess I could have. Oh, look at that. Look at that ending. By the way, if you're wondering why the game on Twitch doesn't say the name of the collection we're playing, it's because it wasn't an option. Nor was Haunted Castle Remake available as an option to select. Oh, they're thanking the creators of the arcade original game. Well, why don't you list their names then if you're so thankful? Well, round 3 will start in a minute or two. Look at that, we did it. We beat Castlevania. Did anything cool unlock?
All right, so
I doubt
let's
it.
jump into Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah, we are. I just want to see the stage select real fast. There you go. 6 total stages. How about that? Haunted Castle Revisited, the exclusive remake of the first Castlevania arcade game. Don't forget, Saturday Game School takes place every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We always stream a different game and give out cool prizes. We hope you'll hang out with us whenever you can. So, huge thanks to Sperry for co-hosting with us tonight.
Of course, man. Always good to be here.
Heck yeah. And Galadrius, great to have you on mic with us.
Always a pleasure.
Anyway, also thanks to our subscribers, which includes Jono, the best subscriber we have, gifting so many subscriptions to our awesome audience. What a great, great dude. But also Perfect Zero, Tech Guy, Thyrenia, Wolfblade, all those folks. We love them. And thanks to our regular viewers. We love hanging out with all you guys, too. You're all pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. Don't let anyone tell you differently. So we'll see you next week, and whatever you do, don't hate, appreciate.
See you guys.
Later, bros.
Peace and chicken grease.
Dana, hold the little SLBs.
Got all to hold the little DSs.
Nice. Dude, that was cool.
Yeah, that was good fun. It's great seeing like a good portion of this collection. We'll probably do another stream sometime to show off the other
We
games.
could. Oh yeah, Mr. hates Haunted Castle remake. You're like, get this Haunted Castle remake off your screen.
And we should do Shadow of the Ninja sometime. Show how great that game is.
That one looks
Yeah.
awesome.
It
I mean,
does.
it is just beautiful. Definitely it is that. And I need to play it more and see if I can overcome any of the difficulty, like if I'm just not figuring everything out or whatever.